Hello, everyone. This is the Insert Title Show, and I'm your host, Wolf Strife. I am recording this episode on June 28th, 2015. Today marks the 101 or 101st anniversary of the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. So today is pretty interesting for me because it marks the 1 year anniversary of me doing Valiant Hearts last year. Now, I specifically got and went through Valiant Hearts on June 28th because, today is kind of the start of World War One. So, what better day than this to do the game on last year? So, it was a really crazy but good experience. It was just a great game, very emotional, very taxing, very frustrating at times trying to figure out what to do and stuff. But the gameplay is fun, and took me about 10 hours to beat the game. So that was a long, long day, but it was absolutely worth it. I got all the achievements but one because I wanted to save the last achievement for July 28th, which is actually when the war really got started. So that was like the first day of hostilities. So I got the last achievement on that day a month later. So I planned it out pretty well, and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, but the game itself, it's basically a hand-drawn game, basically. So the animation's very cool and stuff. I think it's a rated teen game, so it's not very violent and stuff, but it can be considered adult or kiddish. I don't know. Kind of goes both ways. It's much more serious than like a Sid Meier's game. But the story is great. The characters are great. You really care for them, and it's just a really amazing game. There's some really awesome levels, some tough levels. The awesome levels are pretty fun though. Like you get to drive a tank a couple of times, and you get to drive cars and stuff. The car driving levels are really fun because they have music playing, and the cool thing is you're like driving a car and you're having to avoid obstacles and stuff, but the obstacles are tuned to the music, so it's kind of cool. The music's usually old music, like dun dun da 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 da. And so each da 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 each one of those is an obstacle. You like another car you gotta swerve out of the way of, so they got time to that. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like Guitar Hero World War One style. So it's pretty cool. And it's just a really, really heartfelt game. I remember last year I said it was my favorite game of 2014, and it's probably my favorite arcade game I've ever played for the 360. So this is a great game. Now the game ends on kind of a sad note, so naturally I was bawling my eyes out, especially after 10 hours. But it ends in the middle of 1917 when America's coming over for the first time. So I'm hoping that maybe in 2017 or even sooner they can do a DLC or maybe even a full-fledged sequel for Valiant Hearts, to finish up the war. I would really like to see that. So hopefully Ubisoft can do that. But it's just a great game, and I really tip my hat to the people who made it. A lot of them are, they live in like Montreal and Quebec and stuff, so a lot of them are French. So a lot of them had ancestors who fought in the war and stuff, so this was a very personal game for them too. A lot of it was inspired by real letters back home and written to home and stuff. And there's a lot of that in the story too, the characters writing to their family and stuff. And there's a lot of history involved too. Like if you don't know anything about the war, this would be a good place for you to start learning about it. Like each level, you can press, I guess, either the back button or whatever, and it'll tell you what specifically is kind of going on historically at this time of the level and stuff. So it's just a great, great historical game. And it's pretty fun for people who maybe like old-fashioned, nostalgic kind of gameplay and stuff. It's just a great game. I know I keep saying that, but The more people that play it, the better. So check out Valiant Hearts.